Oiler fans are livid at this following last night's game against the Vegas Golden Knights in a game that still has the hockey world going. How did that end that way? But the Oilers always finding a way to make things interesting. All that more today on the channel here. But first, 78% of you have not yet subscribed to the channel for any and all Oiler news, whether it's good news, bad news, or any news in between. This is the place to be. So make sure you hit that button down below. Now, let's get right into it. The Saturday night classic between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Oilers. The Oilers hoping to go up 3-0, and the Vegas Golden Knights trying not to go down 3-0. But some last-second heartbreak here from the Oilers in Game 3. We thought it was going to go into overtime, but no, the Vegas Golden Knights taking this one 4-3 in regulation. We'll get into the scoring summary here. Corey Perry getting 2 goals on the board there in a span of 4 minutes. The Oilers, that crowd was bumping 2-0 Oilers halfway through the first period, but the Knights, before the end of the first, tie it up with a goal from Nicholas Wall, who should have been suspended, but hey, what do I know? And then Riley Smith shortly thereafter, dipsy-doodling around the Edmonton Oilers and finding a way past Stuart Skinner. In the second period there, William Karlsson gets the Knights the 3-2 lead there off of an awful change by the Oilers. The Oilers hemmed in their own zone. They managed to get the puck only out to the center ice line, and then the Vegas Golden Knights capitalizing on that, making it 3-2 with a bit of a weak one past Stuart Skinner. But the Oilers did tie it up there with a little under 5 minutes to go in the third period, and you're thinking, hey, this one's going to go into overtime. You know, it's a brand new game once it gets into overtime, but with 0.4 seconds left on the clock there, Riley Smith gets the winner there. We all thought it was, there wasn't going to be enough time left on the clock there, but unfortunately, 0.4 there's the puck was going wild, but Leon Draisaitl trying to play hero, unfortunately deflected the puck into his own net. You're wondering, where is Stuart Skinner? Hey, that's a great question. But the Oilers, the last second heartbreak, just unbelievable, and it had many fans wondering just on that last play what exactly went down there. But it was officially the latest third period winning goal in playoff history, at least since the NHL added decimals to the final minute. Nazem Kadri had one with 0.1 seconds left for Colorado in the 2020 bubble, and Jussi Jokinen scored a 0.2 remaining for Carolina in 2009 in that Game 7 against the New Jersey Devils there. But when it comes to Leon Draisaitl, and, you know, his thoughts on the play, said we didn't sort it out very well to let the puck get into the slot. I mean, it was pretty much a comedy of errors from all 6 of the Oilers on the ice there. After that, it just unlucky. It's unfortunate it goes off my stick. I'm just trying to keep it out of the net. Obviously, it's just a bad bounce. It's a little inconsistent the last 2 nights. Stretches where we are playing really well, and then stretches where we're giving up a little too much, spending too much in our D zone. So we'll look at it. Yes, for the most part, the Oilers led 11-7 in high danger chances, but the Vegas Golden Knights seemed just a little bit more hungrier in Game 3 last night. Something that, you know, we haven't seen pretty much all series long. In Game 1, it was the complete opposite. The Vegas Golden Knights not doing anything. Meanwhile, the Oilers all over the ice in Game 3. The Oilers not really managing to do a whole lot, and the Vegas Golden Knights, again, just imposing their will on the opposition in Edmonton last night. Something, again, with their backs against the wall, the Oilers have to realize the situation that they're in and can't realize it's not all lollipops and rainbows there. But from Dustin Nielsen here of Edmonton Sports Talk, sort of, you know, trying to, you know, ask all the questions that we are feeling, and, you know, everyone is just, you know, mad about the whole situation, myself included there. Yeah, so how does this play result in a goal with less than 7 seconds left there? You can see minuscule 6.9 seconds left in the Vegas Golden Knights entering the Edmonton zone. You're thinking, okay, well, one last gasp, since there's not going to be a whole lot that, you know, happens in this time frame. But Darnell Nurse lets William Karlsson by, step 1. Step 2, Brett Kulak doesn't close it quick enough, even with just his stick. Step 3, Nurse and McDavid both go down the block of shot. I'll show that in just a second there. And then Skinner takes a risk and overcommits, and Draisaitl scores. So everyone with their own fault on that last second goal there. You can see Nurse and McDavid, if they just stuck with, you know, Riley Smith there for just a half second more, this would have gone to overtime there. But Darnell Nurse and, you know, everyone on the ice, sure, Stuart Skinner looks like he's in position there, and then like you saw in the 0.4 second clip, he is nowhere to be found. He himself said he didn't know how much time was left on the clock there. But just, just a comedy that happened. At this point, I just laugh about it instead of just being mad or disappointed. The Oilers still up 2-1 there, but they just have to realize the situation that they're in. It's not like this isn't the first playoff run that they've been together in. I mean, they've had so many opportunities together there, and the fact that they don't have that killer instinct, it's a little bit worrisome there. And from Bob Stauffer, if you tick off Bob Stauffer, you've really done it in. Said crazy game. The Oilers needed to manage the puck better, fuel the lethal Golden Knights transition game for most of the night. Of course, before the series, I pointed out the Golden Knights rush offense is one that will make you pay every single time if you give them the time and space, and especially if you give them golden opportunities. Corey Perry he was Edmonton's best player. 2 goals, he turns 40 in 6 days, and Edmonton needs more from everyone on Monday. Everyone being in all caps. Of course, I didn't listen to the radio broadcast, but I imagine Bob Stauffer was not one happy camper after this game was over. I don't think anyone really was. And shots on goal, 24-20 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. So again, not really an offensive explosion of a game. Both teams trying to play as tight as they can. Edmonton sort of on the ropes for a majority of this one. Sure, they did look like a good team. They had their chances, but Vegas comes at you in waves. I mean, the bright side, Vegas going 0-for-2 on both of their power plays. Meanwhile, Edmonton going 1-for-2 with that Corey Perry tip off of the Bouchard bomb from the point there. Just taking a look at the skater stats here, not the defensemen, but the skaters. You can see 2 assists from Leon Draisaitl, but that had to be one of the worst games he's ever played in an Oiler uniform. Sure, 2 assists, but lots of giveaways that led to Vegas goals there. We'll exclude the Vegas last goal here. I mean, that's just unlucky, and that's Leon Draisaitl trying to be a hero there. But 4 giveaways there, and he just looked off all night long there. Skating wasn't all there. He had that whiff of a one-timer in the third period, trying to tie the game. So yeah, he's obviously ailing with something there. So you can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt for the most part. But again, just quiet games, quiet average games from the rest of the Oilers skaters here. That the bottom 6 in that fourth line that was dynamite in game 2, really nowhere to be found at all last night. I mean, the third line, even the Henrique line. Henrique's just looked, off all series long there. You can see from the natural stat trick line shift charts here. Hyman, McDavid, and Nugent-Hopkins were put together for a good chunk of the third period. I do believe, and I mean, the stats there, they say it all except for, a goal for. But, Hyman, Draisaitl, and McDavid, sure, the stats were there, but again, just looked very off, and especially the third line of Frederick, Henrique, and Brown there. The big point of the Oilers going into the series was the depth, and the depth certainly was not prevalent last night, especially the defensemen just not there as well, except for Evan Bouchard and Jake Wallman. I mean, you can give him that, but John Klingberg had an average game for his standards. I mean, sure, you can't really expect much from a guy who's coming off, the hip surgery there, but again, just everybody was average last night. I mean, if I had to sum it up in one word, it would be that. I mean, Darnell Nurse, oh boy, what a tire fire of a game that was for him. Didn't generate pretty much anything. He was on the ice for 14 shots against there. He was on the ice for 3 goals against, and that's something that has become very worrisome there. As you can see the hockey stat chart here, Darnell Nurse at the bottom, not a whole lot of positives. This whole chart's very weird as well. I mean, it has Leon Draisaitl as second here, but that doesn't correlate to my opinion at all. And again, just a lot of middle of the pack play from the rest of the team, which will not get it done against the Vegas Golden Knights team that is going to become very desperate in Game 4, hoping to not go down, I should say, 3-1, heading back to T-Mobile Arena. But the problem with Darnell Nurse there, just playoff Nurse has returned yet again there. Not a whole lot of glimmering positivity coming from his play. I mean, he was on the ice again for 3 goals against last night, on the ice for 17 shots against in all situations. The 14 was just 5-on-5, but 3 more on those 2 Vegas power plays. But just he's so good in the regular season, and then just turned into a pile of mush in the playoffs there. I don't know what you have to do with him at this point. Shelter him on the third line, or just find a way to get rid of him in the offseason. Yeah, not really a whole lot to say. I mean, just the shocking amount of awful plays that he had last night. Just not last night, but just the past couple of games. There's no way you fix it. I mean, he's been in the league for 10 years. This is the defenseman that you're going to get at this point here. And I mean, the elephant in the room, Stuart Skinner, 4 goals against, sure. A few of them were weak there, but again, I'll cut him some slack. The last goal against, sure, he shouldn't have slid that far, but again, he admitted he didn't know how much time was left. The first goal he should have had, the Nicholas Waugh one. The second goal, it was just a defensive, breakdown, and the third goal was, again, awful line change by the Edmonton Oilers. Sure, he had a few key saves. Should have, probably could have had a few more to keep the Oilers in it some more there. But Stuart Skinner, in his first game back in the Oilers crease, it should have just been a better game from everybody, including Stuart Skinner. So not all the blame is on him, but again, a better game from everybody would have resulted in an Oilers win there. And he said it's devastating, but things happen. Good bounces, tough bounces. It happens for everybody. That's a goalie's job, just to give your team a chance to win every single night. I thought I did. I was happy that I was able to make a couple of big saves when we needed it, but I wasn't able to finish it out there, and there might be a good chance that Stuart Skinner starts for the Oilers in Game 4. Cal Pickard still day-to-day there, still no update on him this morning there, and I don't think we'll see an update from him until probably tomorrow from head coach Kris Knoblauch there, but it's on to the next one. The sun is shining. It's a brand new day here for the Edmonton Oilers. They're still up 2-1. I mean, they obviously weren't going to go 16-2 the entire way to the Stanley Cup final there, but Corey Perry says it's probably more deflating losing the way we did, not getting to overtime. It's happened twice in these playoffs. You use it as motivation. Of course, Kris Knoblauch getting a little bit greedy there with McDavid and Draisaitl in the final minute happening. Game 1 against the Los Angeles Kings. Before that, floater from Philip Deneau, arced its way over Stuart Skinner and gave the Kings a 6-5 win. And of course, the last second triumph for the Vegas Golden Knights. But for the Oilers, Leon Draisaitl, Corey Perry, for everybody involved. Again, there's no time to, let that sink in. It stings right now. It's an unfortunate way to lose, but that's on us. Tomorrow's a new day, and we'll move on. And that is exactly what they'll do. You still got one more game in Edmonton before you head back to Vegas. And Monday, May 12th, tomorrow night, 8:30 Central, 7:30 Mountain. The Golden Knights, the Oilers. The Oilers hoping to go up 3-1. The Vegas Golden Knights hoping to take an even split heading back to Vegas. So it should be an interesting one. We'll set that one up for you tomorrow afternoon, folks. And I mean, it's Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. To all the Oiler fans that are mothers, and if just say happy Mother's Day to your mother. Just be a good son or daughter or whatever. But enjoy the rest of your Sunday, folks. Let's go Oilers. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about last night's game, and what would you see for next game. Let me know down in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here to the channel, folks. It's 2-1. It's still a brand new day. Let's go Oilers. I'm Matt.